Hello everyone, this is Bryan Clark with Century 21 Alton Clark coming at you today with some great information about a new program that I know some of you have asked me about in the past, and for others it may be a program that you don't know about. I'm going to introduce to you a great company called Home Partners of America. Now, as you can see on the screen here, a lot of you are wondering, Bryan, what is up with the lease with option to buy? Well, there's not a lot of information about how that program works, and Home Partners of America is a large company who's been doing it for quite some time now, and I'm going to talk to you in detail about how you can acquire a home pretty much tomorrow, even though your credit might not be right yet. So let's get into it. Now, just to give you a little background on the company, they've purchased over 7,000 plus homes to date, which is amazing, and that equates to over $2 billion in capital used, and they operate in over 40 plus markets nationwide. Now, they're featured in the Orlando Sentinel, Sun Sentinel, a bunch of other magazines as a honest company, and do some great things for folks out there, and they're in a lot of real estate magazines as well. So this company is not, they're investor based, but they've been under the limelight for a while and under the spotlight as well. So they've been able to expand and grow so greatly due to their, the way they operate and how they do business. Now, the mission of Home Partners is making home ownership a reality for more people by offering approved prospective households the benefits of a transparent process that offers them choice, value, control, and flexibility. Now, this is super great. Now, let's say they purchase a home for you. You still have the ability to move out after each one-year lease term without penalty. So let's say, hey, your credit wasn't great, you were going to work on it, but you knew you were going to get it done in less than a year and it would be approved so you can buy the home. Something happens, it doesn't pan out. Well, you're not locked into the home. You can simply move out and they'll take the property and rent it out or sell it to someone else, which is great. You can elect to rent for up to 5 years, so if it takes you a little longer than 1 year to repair the credit, they do give you additional time. And you can purchase the home at any time during the tenancy. So that means you can move in, you can rent, you can set it up, get it all situated. When you are ready to buy and fix your financials, you can do so. Now, the process is super simple. You and your family will apply for approval to see if they will be willing to work with you. Now, you guys will go out and find a home that is Home Partners qualified home, which I'll be covering what that is in a minute. And then Home Partners will go out and buy the house cash, and then they lease it back to you. And then within that 5-year period of time, you have the ability to purchase the home from them. So application to move in, they say, can take generally about 45 days or longer, sometimes a little less, just kind of depends on the scenario. So let's see the criteria they're asking for. Now, what they've done is they've evaluated household rent-to-income and debt-to-income ratios, basically just like a mortgage company would. Rental and housing history, employment history, criminal history, FICO scores, and other elements. Obviously, guys, no offense, they don't want you having a history of late payments and stuff like that, because that's not good for anybody. Now, basic requirements are an annual household income of at least $50,000. So if you're married, that means between the two of you have to have at least $50,000 of annual income. Stable employment, no recent history of eviction or no pending bankruptcy, and acceptable criminal history. I don't know what acceptable is, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. Every household must provide a full application from everyone who's 18 or over. And they have a $75 application fee per household. So when you get set up and you want to start your criteria in your house hunt, you have to have an application fee. All right, and the supporting documents they're going to look for you is just like anyone else. When you go to do a rental, they want income verification and asset verification. Okay, so now this is the type of property. Now, a lot of folks are like, they want these custom properties and this and that. Well, there's a lot of folks that don't end up buying the homes, so Home Partners has to be able to re-rent them or sell them. So they have a approval process, which is basically your run-of-the-mill house, and they're really nice. I've seen a ton of them online. So these are sort of the description of the approved property that they'll allow you to purchase. Has to be a single-family home or a fee-simple townhome, and list price between $100,000 and $450,000. So that's a pretty big span, guys. A pretty large house, any lower than the $100,000 or any more than $450,000, you get into a different demographic that's not easily sellable, so that's why they want to stay in that middle area. No condo associations, commercial or multifamily properties. It's just too difficult. The paperwork's too complicated, and they don't want to, deal with that hassle. Now, homeowner associations are allowable, but they are on a case-by-case basis. They don't want it to damage your debt-to-income ratio and any of that good stuff, so they'll take a look at it, and it has to be approved. Now, a lot of the properties that are on their site are pre-approved, so you just have to double-check there. Now, pools are permitted in select states. Florida, the chances of it being permitted is highly likely because Florida is just a very common area to have pools. Now, it has to be the type of sale. It has to be a traditional sale or FSBO, so no bank-owned short sales or auctions. Now, I recommend my clients to stay away from these for the most part in general anyway, but this is once again the investment company saying, hey, no, we don't even want to mess with that because they're not in a good condition most of the time and could cause a lot of money to be outlaid just to get it into livable condition. The location has to be in an approved community. There are certain communities they won't approve them in. We just have to submit the property that you like and see if it will be approved. It needs to have a minimum of 2 bedrooms and a lot size of 3 acres or less. They're not looking for gigantic acreage because, once again, that narrows the resale value for who would be willing to buy it. So they want to be, under 3 acres. And safety considerations, no material deficiencies, meaning old roofs, major structural issues, and aluminum wiring. Now, for those of you who've maybe checked into a few homes lately, the older homes, some of them do have aluminum wiring, so we have to stay within a specific year range, or if we find an older home, it had to have had that update. Okay, now it's super simple. You're just going to jump onto the Home Partners website, which is www.homepartners.com, and find a home. And when you go click find a home, you can go search in that little search bar as you see here, and type in an area or something like that where you want to live, and then it's going to allow you to search by high schools, type of bedrooms, price range, anything like that, just as you would with the Zillow or the Realtor.com or anything like that. So we can kind of make sure that they fall into the parameters that Home Partners sets out. Now, what's really neat, if you work with me, I will set you up on a search via MLS, and then we're going to run through and then back check it on Home Partners to make sure it qualifies. If it doesn't, I can still submit the home via an approval process to see if it does. All right, so that doesn't mean everything that's on the Home Partners site, yes, it is all pre-approved, but it doesn't mean if it's not there that it won't be. So yeah, keep in touch with me and we'll be able to take a look. So what's really neat is once you find a place, it's going to have all the photos and everything like that, but it's also going to allow you to apply for the approval. So once you register as a client, you can apply for approval here, and we'll walk you through the process of that. And basically, it says the list price, and it's going to tell you what the monthly rent payment is going to be over the course of the 5-year term. So as you go down, rents do go up, and the price of the resale home does go up as well. Like I said, guys, this is a bunch of investors. They're not in it for charity. They're looking to give you a great opportunity to purchase a house, but they're also in it to get a return on their money. They have, but they at least lay it all out for you in full so that you can see how to end, what you're going to be ended up paying. Now, the great part about it is, like I said before, if you from year 1 to 2 or maybe 3 something happens, you can't end up staying there, or you just couldn't get your credit fixed, you can opt to move out of the house. You don't have to purchase the house, which is the big plus there, is that you're not obligated to buy the house. So that's fantastic. But you will know going in what your sort of schedule is and what your plan is ahead of time. So there's no hiding that information. There's no, oh, by the way, we're going to drop a big hammer on you and charge you through the teeth. Okay? So once approved, once you find a home, Home Partners is going to analyze the value. If approved, they're going to send you out an emailing outline of an estimate of the acquisition cost and what they're going to offer. They're also going to outline the rent and estimated right to purchase prices for all the lease terms. So that image that you saw before with the breakdown, they're going to send you something very similar. They're going to show you, what the purchase price is, closing costs, and all that other stuff. Because keep in mind, you're not paying for any of that. So yes, if you bought it on your own, would you have probably a smaller payment? Absolutely. But they're buying this cash completely, removed from you, and then just charging you a rent amount to accommodate for what the acquisition costs were. Especially if there's renovation in there. Sometimes they will do small renovations in order to make the house livable properly, but they generally like to stay within homes that are move-in ready. But think about that. I mean, that is fantastic. That gives you another year, another 2 years to save up more money while you're living in the home that you want to buy. Or, if you end up not liking it or it's just doesn't fit the family right, you can move out and do it again, which is amazing. Okay? So rent to purchase transparency, they're really big on this. We provide a scheduled rent and estimate right to purchase price for each lease term for up to 5 years. Households review and must agree to pricing before we make an offer. Rent increases 3.75% each year. Purchase price increases by 3.5% to 5% each year. Projected move-in date, minimum of 10 business days. They close really quick. So the approval process takes longer than the closing. So here's the thing, is that yes, you will be able to see from day one what you're going to be paying over the course of the 5 years. You will be able to see what you will be charged when you go to purchase the property. So there is a big ability to be able to see to the future and be able to plan properly, which is very beneficial. All right, so once again, keep note. If you want some more information on this program, feel free to hit me up with a private message or a comment in the comment box down below. I'm always here out hunting and looking for new programs and things to help you guys get into homes that you like and be able to buy your dream house. And I think Home Partners has a great program. It's not for everybody, but for a lot of you out there who may have at least your money and your income and everything situated right, but may have had some hiccups that cost your credit score a little bit, this is a great way to get into a house now and be able to purchase it a year down the line when you fix some of those issues. All right, so thanks again for tuning in, and feel free to hit that subscribe button and check back in with me again. I'm always bringing you new information, and I look forward to helping you with your home search or your home sale. Take care now.